Okay, and for whom the bell tolls, for whom the knell tolls? Well, okay, that's a weird name for a song, I guess. But we are ready. It is time to race. Week 2 of Season 6 of Condor. Sillypears versus Mastel. Both of our... I did not get a Condor bot update for these players. So I don't know their records. And I'm too lazy to look them up here. But we should be getting started here shortly. We can look up in the meantime. Oh, there are so many things here. Okay, maybe we won't look it up in the meantime. Because we got our seeds in here. We're ready to go. Both of our racers eager to kill that Necrodancer. Let's get it. We're off. Both of our racers going down first. We do find a cracked shop early on here. Probably your blood shop, but never know. It is your blood shop. Has a glass cat. We could switch to that for some speed. Sillypears is going to do that. Looked like Mastel wait for Sillypears to decide and then picked it up themselves. Mastel checking the crate right above the blood shop here is going to heal a little bit before moving on to this green dragon that Sillypears has just taken out. And down to 1-2. Ooh, back closet with a glass cat's never going to be a good time. Mastel is going to go around and not find it, so it's good for Mastel. Allow them to catch up. Red chest in our 1-2. We have a cheese. So we're going to have full health for both of our racers shortly here. Maybe not Mastel. Mastel might hang on to it for a little bit. But both of our racers do take a trapdoor down to 1-3. And we are going to be motoring on to find out who our Zone 1 boss is. Both of our racers going the wrong way here, though. Going straight down to a dead end, along with digging to a Tier 2 wall. We'll be looking for our exit room here. Mastel does find the black chest on 1-3. It's an obsidian longsword. That's a safer switch out than the glass cat. Won't be as fast, but won't have to worry about losing it getting hit. Both of our racers finding the red dragon at about the same time. Mastel's going to spend some time here to get that lucky charm, as Mastel does some drangling here and is going to go to those stairs and keep that obsidian multiplier going. Our first boss is Deep Blues. Looks like Sillypears is going to have to full clear here. Boss getting a little way from him, but Mastel did get pawned. So Sillypears is going to have the advantage here of picking a purple chest, perhaps? Unless they want to get off this cat, which they do. It's an obsidian harp, so purple chest would have been the way to go. Mastel using that cheese to get the health back. Finds the dragon almost immediately in 2-1. That comes pounding through that wall. Sillypears is going to check this black chest. It's going to be Boots of Strength, so that's +1 damage. Mastel has also picked that up. Little better find for Mastel here. It's going to synergize a little bit better with that obsidian. Checking the shop to the left here on 2-2. We have a Ring of Courage in there. There's also a electric dagger right next to the shop, and Sillypears is going to switch out for that, so a 3 damage electric dagger is pretty alright. They'll be happy with that switch, a little safer than the glass cat. But with no armor and half health for Sillypears, still has to be a little bit careful going through Zone 2 here. Mastel gonna check a crack wall. It's your Shriner. It's a pretty alright Shriner. It had a boss shrine. It looked like a war shrine, and then you saw Mastel take the Shrine of Darkness. So full mapping for Mastel. Sillypears finding the pawn shop. Never a food shop. Probably looking for that Shriner that Mastel found on 2-2. But Sillypears going down. Mastel being able to slow play a lot here, which is going to benefit him with that Ring of Shadows. Going to be able to steal from as many shops as they want. It's a pawnbroker. You don't want to go in there. Or going to sell the ring. I would hang on to the ring here because it's going to allow you to steal from shops. And you're going to be slow playing anyway with your opponent down. So you should really be checking all those shops, making your build pretty epic. But Mastel is just going to push forward here and go down to Coral Rift, the Zone 2 boss. Like we're going to do a bomb strat for Coral Rift here, getting him off the top line, and flawless victory for Mastel. Sillypears getting this glass cat again. We'll see if they choose the purple chest this time. Mastel just checked their purple chest. It was a Tome of Fireball. And there's some armor for Mastel as well on 3-1. Some leather armor. Sillypears is going to switch to the Obsidian Longsword, so we'll probably almost definitely be checking the purple chest. 95% sure that'll be the play over for Sillypears. We'll see if we get a carry ring. Mastel gonna get that lucky charm before going shopping. There's that heavy plate. Gonna use 2 bombs here to kill Mr. Doused. Get that heavy plate and an extra heart. Sillypears on their Zone 1 boss again. Deep Blues. Not handling it very efficiently here. Full clearing again instead of being able to go up and take down the king. But does get that flawless victory. And we'll be moving on to that purple chest. Mastel not going to take the ballet shoes. Going to stick with the boots of strength. That's all right. Ballet shoes going to pair much better with obsidian. Mastel forgetting that he's a murderer, or they're a murderer, and checking the shop that is completely empty. Sillypears found a pulse tome in the Zone 1 purple chest. So using that cheese to heal up and then taking the pulse tome along with them to Zone 2. Gonna get that electric dagger. Nope, gonna pass on it here. But almost has enough money for a Ring of Courage. We might farm up for that. Need one more kill before we can do that. Mastel down to the Zone 3 boss. It is King Kanga. It looks like Sillypears isn't going to go back for that Ring of Courage. Mastel using their last bomb to get King Kanga off of their throne before taking them out. And we'll be checking a purple chest. Shield spell. That'll be nice and safe if we remember to use it. Sillypears doing their best to catch up here into the Zone 2 boss, the Coral Rift fight. Mastel did find a Blast Helm in the 4-1 chest here, so that's a really nice find. Having 0 bombs now all the way up to 3. Sillypears is going to double bomb the Coral Rift. And we're going to see a black chest check, and it's a titanium rapier, so that's an upgrade for Mastel, for Sillypears, which will allow Sillypears to attempt a comeback here. Mastel already down to 4-2 though, so Sillypears does have a lot of ground to catch up on, and digging to all these tier 2 magma walls is going to slow things down. Picking up a Torch of Foresight though, so perhaps some trapdoors The remainder of Zone 3 here. And that should be the food shop over on Mastel's side. Gonna use the dragon to open it. Excellent work there. Can use the fireball tome to get doused off of it, but gonna use a bomb. Can you have an earth spell up there? Nope, that's a quake scroll. Mastel using that gluttony charm right away. Sillypears going down in Zone 3. Looked like a goblin attack. So Mastel will have plenty of time to slow play the rest of the zone, and Zone 5 has a very beefy build here. Can even buy a better shovel or a ring in this conjure. Gonna get the blood shovel, that's a good one. But we're gonna switch it to the battle shovel and move on. Not even buying a ring. Well, thanks. Don't need that bling. Oh, going back. Going back for the ring. All right. Ring of Regen, it's really good. I'd pick up the blood shovel here just for... you can use your blast helm as panic bombs then, and your blood shovel can keep you going on that Necrodancer stage fight. Mastel will be done with this 4-3 shortly. And we'll be going on to, I'm going to guess, the Unholy Moly for our Zone 4 boss, but we'll see. Sillypears making their way back to that Obsidian Longsword. Doing a little shop checking now. I like that. Hoping that Mastel dies, you're going to want to build the best build you can. And by motoring through, you're not going to find that. The Zone 4 boss was Death Metal. And it didn't look like Mastel flawlessed it, so we'll be skipping on right to those stairs. But the Ring of Regen bringing back full health. So very safe build over on Mastel's side. Checking our 5-1 mini-boss here. It's the Charging Minotaur. Mastel does an excellent impression of a Matador and Toros it to its doom. Sillypears back in Zone 2 here. Gonna get the Lucky Charm before moving on. Good use of the Fireball Tome for Mastel, taking out that red dragon with a bit of its own medicine. And there's where you see the Boots of Strength coming in handy for Mastel over there. Dropping a beat with that Obsidian Longsword, it's going to be 2 damage instead of 1. And we're going to be down to Dead Ringer. Looks like a left side spawn. We're going to do some luring. Oh, double rider though. Have fun. Gets hit by Dead Ringer and a skeleton, and we are off the rails for luring. But not that big of a deal. Mastel has all the time in the world to reset it on the rails, which they do. And Dead Ringer's down. Some quick bombs on the Necrodancer stage. I don't think Dad... okay, Dad does have a weapon, but Dad taking 2 Minotaur hits by... right away. And another hit from a skeleton, so... Dorian's already looking a little humbled here in this fight. Halfway done with it. This is kind of what Sillypears is hoping for, that Mastel has a Dorian death. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen as we are in the last hit for Necrodancer. And there it is. Mastel with the first win of the match. About 13.5 in-game, 13:46 race time. GG's. I think the early death on Sillypears' side kind of allowed Mastel to take the lead there and push forward for the win. We'll see if Sillypears can remain alive this next round. Look at them beautiful copy pastas. So good. Download Max copy pasta. It's good. Mama's recipe. And we're going. Early spiked ears, that's a really good find, especially in zone 1 here. Having 3 damage almost immediately is going to help go through the zone that much quicker. We do have some armor in the blood shop. Sillypears is going to switch off of the headphones though, grabbing that Crown of Teleportation. I don't agree with that. Like I was just saying, having that 3 damage is really good because look, Mastel opened that barrel and now has some magic food. Looks like Sillypears is just going to reset and maybe get those headphones back. We'll see if Mastel uses this carrot right away here or is going to try to heal up first. That's exactly what Sillypears did. Went back to those headphones. Mastel going to get that leprechaun dunked and move down to 1-3. There's a gold staff. Ooh, 3 damage gold kills? Let's go. Oh, but Mastel dropped a beat there, so losing the headphone advantage for the gold staff shenanigans. Sillypears is going to be hanging on to that magic carrot. Perhaps using it in an emergency, and is going to pass on that gold spear, which is perfectly fine. We're going to blow up that glass shrine to get some health, or some glass armor. But not going to use it, so not entirely sure why we did that. Mastel using that staff to the best of his ability, their ability, taking down all those pawns, but does get hit in the meantime, so no flawless victory. We'll be taking that golden staff to zone 2. Sillypears down to their deep loose fight can just throw the dagger for the quick kill. And there it is, flawless victory. And we'll be checking a black chest here, hoping for some carry items. Blood axe is really good, especially with those headphones. This is a 3 damage healing axe. That's a really good find for Sillypears. It's going to allow for some ketchup. I mean, the axe is red like ketchup, so let's do it. But do you put ketchup on pizza? I don't know. That seems like a poor decision. This nightmare causing some problems, though. Don't really want to lunge into a bunch of enemies that you can't see, and there were quite a few enemies in there. And Sillypears has already caught up to Mastel here in 2-2. Mastel doing some shopping to see if they can try to even out this build. Does find some chicken for the health back. It's going to pick up the backpack as well. While Sillypears looks for this exit room. Drops a beat there on the Moldo, so just down to a 1 damage axe. Still a better weapon than your golden spear. Sillypears not going to check this tier 3 cracked wall, so rip food shop, because whenever you don't check it, it's absolutely the food shop, as Mastel finds, checking it themselves and getting that delicious cheese and gluttony. Sillypears may have seen that and is going to go back to get it. Mastel having some difficulty with these enemies, though, with that 1 damage staff. And Sillypears taking the lead. Down to their Zone 2 boss, which is Coral Riff. We're going to take out this trapdoor first, and then we're going to be doing an Axe Coral Riff, so no bombs. Mastel finding a Shriner, going to hit that boss shrine, switch off to the Titanium Rapier, and get that +1 damage from the weapon charm, so that's a really nice build over on Mastel's side. Doesn't have the healing power of Sillypears' blood weapon, but with all that damage being dished out, shouldn't matter too much. Sillypears could bomb here, but is going to save the bombs, which I agree with. Just take out Coral Riff with the axe. Mastel going to use a bomb to get Coral Riff off that top line, and then a lunge for the flawless victory. Sillypears is checking the purple chest, has a fireball bell. We'll see if Mastel will do the same. Doesn't need to switch off that Titanium Rapier. We're down to Zone 3. Sillypears is going for some shopping, does find the Torch of Walls. That's going to be the mapping Sillypears needs to have an advantage. We'll see if Mastel saw that or not. Dealing with a swarm here, so kind of has to pay attention to their own screen. Does finally take them out, and looks like they'll be motoring past the Torch of Walls. Although Sillypears finding that Torch of Walls is having difficulty finding the exit room here in 2-1. Oh, Mastel picking up some Boots of Pain. I don't know if they meant to do that because they're down to half a heart. It pairs pretty nicely with a rapier, but having half a heart is, I don't know if that's a good trade-off there. Sillypears finding a... Okay, so Sillypears needs to go back into that arena and transmute or enchant that Blood Axe, try to get some more damage on it. And also needs to take that shrine and then the mana. So Sillypears making quite the nice build here. Mastel is going to be nervous here with that half a heart moving on. It pairs. Nice, Riot Blob. It's totally what I meant to do. Oh, and Mastel dropping a beat on the hot coals there. Maybe a little nervous about the goblin guarding that stairs. So Sillypears has the opportunity to move forward here. Does find a fireball spell. Was that in the arena? I'm not entirely sure. But they'll pair nicely with Ring of Mana. Taking a few hits on these hot coals as well. Sillypears is down to 2 hearts. But now has that full mapping after taking the Shrine of Darkness. And we're down to 3-3. Goblin spooks are absolutely a thing. They hit real hard, and when they're cherry picking stairs like that, you do have to kind of figure out which direction you have to go in to not get hit. And Mastel is just trying to do that, but while standing on hot coals. Sillypears taking spike track damage there. Feels good. We'll get your Jack of Spikes. It looks like Sillypears has kind of spooked themselves going through this Zone 3, going real slow, retreating from enemies, which is alright. They do have the time to do that. But that can wane on your confidence pretty quick. And you want to feel confident going into Zone 4, Zone 5. because there are some even more dangerous baddies there. We have a blue dragon on these 3-3 stairs, and you can see how far Sillypears is retreating here, but uses the battle axe very well to take down that dragon. Oh, getting confused here, down to half a heart. Oh, yes, don't jump on that pain. That was very scary. Going back to the shop to double check to see if there's food in there. Looks like Sillypears is looking to kill some enemies here, try to get some health back. I think there's a Squaga suit in that shop too for 600, but could be wrong. Definitely spooked. Oh, Sillypears picking up that torch. Did not want to do that after hitting the Shrine of Darkness. Sillypears trying to find anything of help here, it looks like. Squaga suit was 700. So I'm not going to be able to buy that. We're going to bomb all these walls here, and we'll get enough money that way. One more wall bomb will do it. This is giving a lot of time for Mastel to catch up, who now has a grenade charm, leather armor, a gold rapier with those headphones. That's a pretty nice build. Found a free spell as well, so Mastel definitely has the tools to catch up. We were seeing some red bars over on Sillypears' side. That is that is the definition of being spooked. Go down to death metal with a 1 damage axe. Gonna take out these beetles as quick as we can first, before moving on to death metal themselves. Mastel getting pulled around by some wind mages here. Loses that the +2 damage on the headphones. Sillypears does flawless victory, death metal, and finds some earth tome in the purple chest. Mastel revisiting that food shop, getting that gluttony charm. Speaking of gluttony, we have some magic chicken over on Sillypears' side. Worried about the spider before going in for the chicken, and gonna pop it off right away to get 4.5 hearts. So looking a lot better over on Sillypears' side now with all that health. Should be a little less spooked. Has heavy plate the hard way with that helmet. Looked like Mastel went down. Restarting over on Zone 1 here. You can fireball those crates over there, Sillypears. Should definitely be using that fireball a lot more. It regens super quickly with the Ring of Mana. Does find a conjurer shop's gonna add some damage to that axe. We're now at 2 damage axe. There could be food in those barrels. Fireball them. I used the fireball there, but missed. There's like 6. There's like, yeah, there's all the spike traps over there. Let's use some spike traps. Get them open. Okay. Uses the battle shovel, but we got it open. Okay, battle shovel again. Just push the barrel on the spikes. Could earth them too. There's so many different ways we could have opened the barrels. And there's what I was saying earlier about that confidence thing. The end of Zone 3 there, having to look all over the place to try to find some health. That drains your confidence down, and you start making silly decisions or panicking at the first sight of a Blade Master, or after taking a hit. So I can definitely understand what's going on with Sillypears. That 2 damage axe is helping along quite a bit here. Gonna pop the heart transplant there for a quick finish to this 4-2. And Mastel's back down to Zone 2. Sillypears finding a lot of options here. Eats the cheese but doesn't need to. Gets the cookies. Gonna open up this golem as well. There's a ring of might in there. I mean, you might as well switch off to it. You're not using the mana at this point. The 3 damage healing axe is gonna do more work for you. Oh, we got a shop, bro. Looked like Sillypears wanted to use the fireball there, but got teleported and missed with it. And the Unholy Moly is their Zone 4 boss. Mastel back down to 2-2. Gonna be retracing some steps to that food shop again. Sillypears is gonna hit these golems to get that goo on the floor before allowing Fortissimo off of the stage. There's gonna be a flawless victory here with that fireball. Doesn't use the shop, bro, to heal that last bit of heart, though. Feels bad, man. Okay, Mana Shield is exactly what you want with the Ring of Mana. The only thing better than a Mana Shield, of course, is Mana Earth. Alright, Sillypears is going to find a Blast Helm as well in 5-1, using that shield before battling this Earth Dragon. Well done. Gonna kill a few more enemies to get some heals, and we're back to full health. Like Mastel went down again, is back in Zone 1. Mana Earth, that's right. It's so good. Alright, Sillypears is using the shield now really well before entering in the mini-boss fight. That's what you want to see. Could even blood spell at this point and it'd be fine. Have all them hearts, plus them cookies, and a healing axe. Waiting until they see the mini-boss before popping the shield spell. It does get down to, not sure why we're fighting everything here, but we are down to the Dead Ringer fight. And we have a left side spawn. We're going to be doing some Japanese strats, right? This is Japanese strats, looks like it. We have a flawless victory, well done. Excellent use of the staff over on Mastel's side to just take down Deep Blues there. Sillypears using that shield before getting the Necrodancer off the stage and just taking that club hit like a champ. Sillypears could even hit that shield spell again and would be just fine. But with all that health, really only has to protect Dorian here. Down to the last hit, and there it is. Sillypears is going to take the second match of this race. Second race of this match. That's what I meant to say. Give Sillypears their loot, and that's a win for both of our racers here. We'll see who can come out ahead and get that final second loot. GG's all around. So a death by both of our players during each race. We'll see if we can both all stay alive and push each other to the edge. The edge of victory. And we're going. Early cracked wall. And early 3 bombs. Very nice. Not the greatest of blood chops there. Mastel is going to pick up a base spear for their troubles. Sillypears is just going to skip it all together. Maybe saw it over on Mastel's side. It's like, nope, not for me. And we're going to have a green dragon at our first mini boss here. And both of our racers picking up that monkey paw. So we're going to have some frozen monkeys. Pretty sure that's like some type of island rum drink. Frozen monkey. Sounds terrible, but I drink it because there's frozen monkeys in Necrodancer. All right, both our players about beat for beat here, moving through 1-2. Yeah, boat drinks. That sounds about right. Checking a few secret areas here before Sillypears has a red dragon come through, and getting stuck on that bounce trap. Sillypears is going to bathe in fire. Well, Mastel does do the successful drangling before checking out this black chest, which is a blood longsword. We'll take that. You lose your throw strat, but you don't need it on deep blues, so no worries. You got stuck by a bat? My bad. Stupid bat. Should have known. Mastel gonna save the bombs and just take down deep blues with that blood longsword. Might want to check black chest here, but is gonna check purple. We're gonna get that Earth. Welcome to Earth. All right, Ring of Mana is gonna be in this next shop here. We're gonna see Mana Earth. It's gonna be great. All right, game. Mastel taking that glass shrine, and we're gonna convert the blood longsword and shovel into the glass variants. We're dishing out 4 damage. Sillypears getting some revenge on that dragon before finding that blood longsword themselves and going to the deep blues fight. As Mastel does push through the zone 2, gets windspelled into a trapdoor, probably intentional. Probably thinking, what's the coolest way to enter this trapdoor? Windspell's pretty cool. Finding a titanium hammer. So it's time to smash face. It's going to be a lot safer than that glass longsword, but hammers can be notoriously slow if we don't get some complements to it, like a ring of piercing or courage. As you see, Mastel's going to be mashing all of these enemies before this nightmare here. Sillypears finding a Shriner. We could bomb. Yes, I like that decision here. Gonna Earth for protection. Should Earth again here. Dead. The dragon got him. Could have Earthed the dragon to death. But does go down. Mastel falls victoring that King Kanga. Getting a fireball spell for their trouble. And we'll be seeing some slow play over on Mastel's side now. Probably going to switch off that glass. Okay, we're not going to switch off that glass shovel. We're going to keep it till the end. It's pretty easy to protect with a hammer. So nothing wrong with that decision. And Sillypears going down again to that trapdoor room. Looks like Sillypears is kind of a little spooked again here. Does need to pull it together if they're going to catch up to Mastel. Mastel isn't completely safe here. Can get stuck on hot coals or goo. There are many ways to die here still over on Mastel's side. Doesn't have any armor, doesn't have a lot of health. So it is poignant to stay alive and get a build going over on Sillypears. Ring of Pain for Mastel. I mean, it doesn't synergize too well unless we're getting surrounded. It is going to give that +1 damage if we're right next to the enemy that we're smashing face on, but it's not always the case with a Warhammer. Gonna pick up a backpack and a pulse tome in the 3-2 shop. Sillypears having some difficulty again with this trapdoor. It does manage to get it done. Mastel down to the 3-3 shop. We're gonna see a Ring of Charisma. Yay! We're gonna switch to it so we can buy a cheaper. Okay, I don't like that play at all. Bought the Ring of Charisma to buy a cheaper battle shovel, but already had enough money to buy the battle shovel, so went back to the Ring of Pain and took half heart of health. I mean, that didn't seem too well of a play, but you know, gotta give that Ring of Charisma some love every once in a while. Popping that heart transplant, we're going to try to motor through this 3-3 a little bit quicker. Heart transplant really safe with the hammer. You can, like saying earlier, it's gonna smash face on pretty much anything and everything. And look at this beetle wall, causing Mastel a little bit of a problem here. Can't drop a beat while the going down to a goblin. So now Sillypears, look at that shop over on Sillypears' side. Finds the Blood Shovel, the Old Faithful, Titanium Longsword, and Heavy Plate. So Sillypears really has a chance here to come out and do a win. I think the Beetle's really done Mastel a goof there, because trying to figure out how to get around two Beetles charging you with the Warhammer, you kind of have to drop a beat, but unless you have that keybind for a beat drop, you can't really do that with the heart transplant. And now Sillypears with the heavy advantage going into the Zone 1 Deep Blues fight. Alright, Mastel finds a Shrine of Pain, but we're going to ignore it. There's the Earth spell over for Sillypears. Disgruntled Beetles. Yeah, that's right. We'll see if Sillypears heads back to that Shriner and looks for revenge on that blue dragon, or we might just kind of motor around here. There's the shopkeep coming in. Sillypears does take out Mr. Doust's ghost quite handily. It does pick up that titanium hammer, and we're going to be smashing face over on Sillypears' side this time as well, too. There's that Earth usage. Excellent. On Sillypears' side, taking out that Blood Nightmare. We're just going to smash this conga line down before taking on the king. Checking that purple chest again, getting the fireball spell. It looks like Mastel's trying to go as fast as they can to catch up here, already down to 2-2. The boss shrine over for Sillypears, so we're gonna hit that or not. Okay, gonna go right past that boss shrine. Trying to find the exit here. It looks like Sillypears just wants to get this part of the race over with. Kind of pushing for stairs. Oh, getting on hot coals there. Taking a half-hearted damage, not too bad. Let's go knock that barrel in the hole, and then we'll go down the stairs. I like it. Okay, so sunglasses, we're gonna pass on that too. Looks like this is the build Sillypears has chosen, and this is the build that Sillypears is going to win with, passing up on a lot of items here. I mean, pick up that purple... Oh, gosh. That purple potion, I mean, you're down to 1 heart now. And this is the level that Mastel died on to these beetles. Sillypears should be checking their shop here too, looking for food. Wait, they killed their shopkeep. Never mind. Don't do that. But Sillypears making it on through to... look at all the ice on that floor. Making it to the Fortissimo fight. Mastel gonna get that fireball spell again. We're going on to zone 3 for some revenge. Sillypears gets the flawless victory on Fortissimo. Bomb spell in the purple chest after Fortissimo, so we're gonna pass on that. Gonna keep the Earth and the fireball. Pawnbroker, never a food shop for Sillypears. Down to half a heart. We're gonna be looking for some barrels. We're going to use a fireball or hit them over to a spike trap, but it's a ring of pain, so no thanks. Looks like Sillypears wanted a fireball there, but earthed instead, and then blood earthed to the death. Trying to fireball that Blade Master twice, and just hitting the wrong keybind there, and earth with the kill. Now Mastel is in the lead again. Deaths by both of our players here, looking real nervous. But it's Mastel's advantage again. Looks like Mastel's taking extra care on this 3-3 now to get all the enemies got. Gonna find that heart transplant again. I don't think I'd use it. You know how it worked last time. And you can see how nervous Mastel looks here too. Just backing away from that rider coming in. And here are the beetles. And there's the advantage of not having the heart transplant procced. We can drop a beat and pick out the beetles with ease. Two hits on the Unholy Moly, and Mastel is going to be probably checking this purple chest, but is going to be disappointed with the bomb spell. And it's down to 4-1. Oh, it's a lot of bats. The hammer handles it nicely. And there's those shades over from Mastel, so a 3 damage Warhammer here. But we're going to have some dark enemies. Mastel going to do some shopping here, some slow play before moving on to 4-2, which is definitely warranted. Check this red chest for some food. It's an apple. Time to keep the doctor away. This spider though, okay, making Mastel a little bit nervous before exiting. Sillypears excellently, holy wow, using that crate as a shield against the golem before dropping down right after it. And there's cheese in it. Mastel could really be using their spells here. A fireball down that hallway could have taken out a lot of enemies. But we're going to play it safe here with the Warhammer hits. Transmute shop here. We could transmute the boots or the torch or the helm, maybe. I'm gonna pass on. Okay. We're going to switch our torch. Hey, torch of strength. So 4 damage Warhammer. That's nice. 4 damage doesn't help too much, but I'll never turn away more damage. Really looking forward to get to that 3 or 5 damage threshold. Gonna switch off to the Arc Dagger. Sillypears checking the red chest in the zone 2, finding a torch. Go along with all that heavy plate. Oh, Mastel taking a hit in this death metal fight. Down to half a heart. And gets taken down by death metal. Shielded in the face. After spending so much time on that Warhammer, maybe got a little confused switching back to a dagger. And this seed is out for blood. Coupon find over on Sillypears' side, so they're good. Their race is about to be complete. Sillypears back in this 3-3 that has been slowing down both of our racers. Gets clapped, but uses some cheese there, it looked like, to save themselves. Getting in a tight spot here again. We can always earth for defense if we need to. But gonna take out the mini boss here and move down to the Fortissimole, the unholy moly. Two hits and he's dead. Finds that bomb spill in the purple chest this time, and we'll take it as we had a free slot open. Mastel on this blood longsword here has a torch of foresight to carry along with them. Trying to get through this 2-1. Checking for some extra bombs. There are a lot of bombs on this seed. There's always a nice. I like to have the explosions. And I think that really was a comfort thing with Mastel. Switching off the dagger. Maybe they were more comfortable with the dagger, but at the same time, spending half of your seed with the Warhammer, you get that muscle memory of just smashing face, and the attack on death metal looked like that's what is going to happen. All right, Sillypears isn't being too safe in this 4-1 either, down to 1 heart. Use that crack wall for the transmog shop. Gonna use the bomb trap to get in it. You should definitely transmute your shovel. Gonna get a nice pixie kiss here. Sillypears using one of their excessive bombs, or excess bombs, to get a carrot. We'll get a heal on the next floor, perhaps. Ooh, shopkeep broke. That'll give us some heals. Look at all them delicious shopkeep bro heals. Back up to 3 hearts. Death metal. Going for a boss. And we'll be seeing Zone 5 shortly. Sillypears just smashing that hammer down. Yeah, I hear death metal. Sillypears opting to keep that carrot over the free scroll, which is fine. That's gonna probably be more valuable. Mastel checking this lock shop on 1-1. I'm assuming when down. Not the greatest of lock shops. Sillypears just being able to stand and deliver all that damage in that mini boss room. I'm curious to see how Sillypears handles Dead Ringer here. It can be awkward with a Warhammer, but we should be able to just do an Earth quick kill. Next to crack wall, it is a glass shop. Get the shovel. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point, being in Zone 5 with your opponent in Zone 1, but can get that early hit on Necrodancer. No singing in this crypt. Sillypears does take a few hits here, but does have that carrot in tow, so we should be back up to full health relatively quick. Dragon coming through, doesn't want to wait. Oh, excellent. Sillypears using the shot bro to get some heals in. And a conjure. Conjure of ring. Okay, ring of regen. In 5-3, you don't really need that much more to finish your fight, unless you're looking for like a blast helm or something. Taking a lot of damage here, though. Gonna pop that carrot, and let's get this Dead Ringer. Left side spawn. Japanese strats with a hammer. I don't know if these work. It looks like it works really well, so GG. I personally do not use that strat, so I had no idea if it was going to work. All right, we're down to the Necrodancer fight for Sillypears. Has a billion bombs. Going to use 5 of them to take him off the stage. Give me that loot. Oh, giving Dorian the Warhammer. I like it. This time it's Dad's turn to smash face. It's like we're just going to make sure all these spawned enemies are taken out before going after the Necrodancer themselves. Dorian hammering down on the Necrodancer, keeping him in place for that loot hit. I like it. One more hit, and Necrodancer will be done. Get him in that corner, hammer down. All right, there's the win for Sillypears. Taking a pretty bloody race in the last there, getting that final loot. And that's going to be the match completed. GG's all around.